Good morning, everybody. You're welcome to Creativity and Design class, Healthy Welding 2023. That's my belief for everybody. And today I brought some stuff into the class, and the reason is because I want to talk about fundraising for projects, both for non-profit and for profit. And also, I'll be using the opportunity to talk about Facebook as a social media platform, how you can use social media to raise funds, both for non-profit and for profit. We all know that when it comes to creativity or creative intelligence, it's all about originality. That means doing something nobody has done before, doing it in a way that people will easily accept it, they will see value in it. And that's why our last class, if you remember, I was talking about value as it relates to using history and time. And today I've brought something that you know is a global event. You're welcome. I have brought some things that is a global event that occurred in 2022. That global event, though it's going to happen again, but it can never be like that one, because that event, any other one is a second, not the first, especially the Qatar World Cup. It's the first Arab nation hosting a World Cup. Any other Arab nation doing that, it will be second. And also we have to remember, when using time and history to create product of values, you have to have the consciousness that whatever you are doing with your creative writing, or whatever you are doing to create ideas that will lead to products and services like you will see today in this class, you must have the mind that it must create wealth and happiness for your consumers. The goal of everything you're doing, even if you consider yourself an evil person, is to achieve happiness and wealth. At least you will agree with me on that. And we're going to use, there's nobody here that will say they don't know about Shiloh event. And there's nobody here that will say they don't know about the World Cup for 2022. It's an historic World Cup that I came to this class. Remember, it's the Friday before the finals. I had to come to class to show presence and talk about algorithm for that World Cup. And that process allowed us to sync this class with a global event. Because once you do something nobody is doing in the entire space of creation, you attain what? Originality. And originality carries three things: identity, language, and spirituality. Please write that down. Originality carries three things: identity, language, and spirituality. And my sister over here, before she left for the holidays, made a statement, an expression in this class, and I will revive that memory. She said, Professor Chinoye taught them about if they want to do something, you can copy an idea and stuff like that. And she was saying, how do you now protect your own originality, create your own originality? We're going to see that in this class. Today's topic is how we create product of values to raise funds for non-profit organizations and for profits. And that's why I brought some products. And in that process, you will see how you use time and history to create product of values. I remember in the very first time we started, you remember our discussion here, somebody said, how do we make money? Remember? So we're going to see how to make money. And you need money. Money is a good thing. You need money to get a lot of things done. You and I will agree that no matter how beautiful, how wonderful, how original your idea is, money is needed. Okay. So now I will first go on time. How to use time and global events to create product of value. One event that we all know was Shiloh 2022. And in Shiloh 2022, a lot of people came, they sold all kinds of products. I went around using space intelligence, like I've taught you in this class, to look at what are the products that are available in the space of the Shiloh event. There were a lot of beautiful products. But something came to my mind. I said, oh, everybody here selling a product from beads to t-shirts to food to everything uses Facebook. You will agree with me. There's nobody that came to Shiloh that is not, in one way or the other, connected to Facebook. That's our reality. So I now said, okay, maybe I should use originality to produce something out of Shiloh to show how we use a global event to create originality, product of value that can help us to generate funds. So Papa said during Shiloh 2022, and I quote, he said, we need a deliverer, not a leader. That's a quote. There are people who read other people's quotes on Facebook and so. So I posted it to my Jesus TV, one of my pages on Facebook. And on Jesus TV, you will find all the pastors in the world there. And I said, now, it's my Facebook, it's my page. I can turn it into a t-shirt. Today, I'm wearing it. Can somebody come and say, this is not my product? No. Is it original? Yes. But he that said it on the altar, everybody held him, just like I held him too. The message made impact on me. I had to turn it into a product. When I hung this in my house as a calendar or as just as a display product, the children in my house in Kansas City were saying, oh, this is Facebook. What has that happened? You've changed the mentality of the children. That so my Facebook and my activity on social media can become a product. In my house, it can become a product I can wear. It can become a product I can sell. Is there originality in that? Yes. Also, we're using that to change the mentality of our children as to their activities on Facebook. That while you're on Facebook or any social media, you can do this for Instagram. You can even do it for WhatsApp. You can do it for YouTube. But listen, the originality here is that we did something that nobody's doing. And it goes to what you're saying in terms of intellectual property. Somebody else will say, oh, this idea is my idea. There's a lot of people that say that. But what we now know in today's world is that if you post something today, the time will be displayed, the moment you put it will be displayed, and you will see how I will show you with the other events. So this one is the one we know here as Shiloh. I'm wearing the t-shirts today. In Shiloh 2023, I can turn this into actual product to actually sell. And let me tell you, a lot of parents, and even this morning before you came to class, there were other classes there. They didn't open the door for them. So they sat here before I came. So when they saw me hanging this, they were like, we never thought something like this could occur. One of them even collected my number. Reality. So that's originality. So for Shiloh 2023, if I make more of this and more of this, do you think I will get somebody to pay for it? Yes. That's originality. That is what creativity is all about. And you can do it. You can apply this same type of mentality or what we call design mind. That's why I said this class is about designing your mind to come up with originality as to products and services that will generate funds to help you achieve happiness and wealth.
Is there a term you used to say the range round?
Shiloh.
There was something there, the term you used to
Space intelligence. Yes. Space intelligence is the idea that before you do something in a space, you must go to that space to know what is there in terms of values, what is there in terms of things that will take away from your value, what is there that will move you in a better direction. I mentioned that in the first class that we had. Welcome. So now what I'm going to do now is I've showed you how we use an event to create product of value. The other one was the World Cup. The World Cup is a global event. And you and I know in today's world, there's a lot of algorithm for those who are in the computer science world. We talk about algorithm. Algorithm are set of commands you write for artificial intelligence to perform a function. It's a language that is involved in the digital space. Now, what you have to understand is that there's a lot of digital devices connected to what? The FIFA World Cup in 2022. So, what I also did was to come into this class to create a video before the World Cup and to also post it on Facebook as well. And I'll start with the Morocco one. The Morocco one, I wanted to wake up the idea of young ones that our participation on the social media space shouldn't be just wasting data, buying data. If you remember, somebody this morning now, I've not eaten it, they've not even bought anything to eat this morning, but they've bought data to watch TikTok video. There's a lot of people that have done that this morning. You will agree with me for that. There's a lot of people who have not eaten this money, but they use their money to buy data to watch TikTok video. So now, I can use the same money that you used to buy the same data to create something on that social media space, regardless of the space. Even if it's Twitter, I can still do this. And now you see why Elon Musk is paying 45 billion for Twitter. There's value in it. Now, the algorithmic value is what I'm about to show to you. During the World Cup, I wanted to achieve two things. First, talk about a global event, make a command to show how algorithm works, and also show that you can use your social media to do what? To create products and services. Now, the first thing you have to understand is that every page you create on Facebook, Instagram, or whatever can later be turned into an individual application that can be used to cure what? Dementia. How many of you know that? Dementia is memory loss. Memory loss because as you grow old, you tend to forget things. So if you remember now, on your Facebook, we have what is called timeline. So what are you doing on your timeline? You post a picture today. Next year you post a picture. Next year are you not documenting your growth? You are. So by the time you are 80-something, 90-something, we can rewind that timeline and you are retired. And we just put it on the big screen. And you'll be able to talk about those memories with your children, with your wife. It will renew your mind, it will renew your memory, and it will help you to achieve health, a better health. So it is proven we can use our social media platform. If you have the consciousness, I'm building that already. Even for children who are already in primary school, I'm already building what will help them in case they have dementia problem in the future. What will help them revive their memory. That's a product. But look at that ability, that consciousness to say something in the future we need now. Something in the future we need now. I did it with the World Cup. In the World Cup, for the children, I said, and I quote, this is Facebook. This is, you can see the time of my phone post and everything. You can go and verify it. Nobody in the world did this. I came to class, as a matter of fact. You can see, this is the class here. Let me remove this one. See, this is the class. Before the finals, this is me, this is this class. Just because I wanted to prove that yes, it does exist. This is called creative intelligence. And it's in the Bible, in John 1:1. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Let there be light, and there was light. Light became what? Life. Shined unto darkness. Darkness failed to comprehend it. And we saw beauty. Now, that is all algorithm in the computer world. Now, it's also what we call creative writing in creativity and design. I now took that and I used it to attach that to a global event. Morocco is the first African World Cup to qualify for what? The semi-finals. But before the match, you can see the time and everything is there. And I said, algorithm by Oluwole Aboyade. But before this, I created a page on Facebook to lock it down for intellectual property theft. To prevent that, I created a Facebook page called Algorithm Aboyade, and I was documenting everything as the event was going on. That means I'm creating an application application and the product as the word event is happening. Just in case somebody somewhere will now say, oh, it's their product. You know how that goes. So now, look at what I said. I said, goal will be scored, binary numbers shall be expressed to start final decision in favor of scorer. End. That's how you write an algorithm, really, for a computer. And guess what? A minute later, Morocco scored. And they retain that 1-0. And 1-0, you have to understand, is binary numbers. And since from this match, when I started writing, everybody that scored first in that World Cup won the match. Somebody now came from US and said, I want to see you do it again. So I did for the semi-finals for Argentina. And this time, I was specific. I went on Facebook again, you can see the time and everything. And I said, A for algorithm, A for Aboyade, A for Argentina. If true, all digital devices shall write Argentina today. Willingly, no hindrance to command. Pass for Aka, if found, end. And guess what? It is these 3 A's they gave Argentina 1-3-0. They spelled the 3 A's. Listen to this. This, as a matter of fact, I use this to celebrate Happy Algorithm Day because it does not exist. This is what we call originality, but under creativity and design is called creative writing. And in the final, I came to class after this one. The guy was convinced. Even my mom, who is a computer scientist in this environment, they were all dumbfounded. They didn't know what was happening. I came to class and I did a video, and the video is available. And I said, Argentina shall win the match. Elon Musk went to watch that match. Apart from that, the president of France said, I want to see this algorithm. And you will bear with me, you will agree with me, that there was nothing they did not do in France intelligence, creativity to win that match. It's the best World Cup ever. And this is what I wrote before the match. I said, A for Arab boast, that is true. A for Argentina, that is true. A for African players in France team, A for Aboyade. If all the above is true, celebrate algorithm Aboyade Day. All through the memory lane of creation, all creation shall celebrate. No hindrance to command. And let me just tell you that I already know, guarantee, Argentina was going to win. As a matter of fact, that day, the day we were playing this match, I was with your director of EDSA. We were together. And they all knew about this. Because you people did not come to class. I thought maybe somebody would come to class among you. I have the video to prove it. And I framed it, and even found this one. Children are already wearing this t-shirt. Yes. Now, that is how you use creative writing to create products and services. And you will agree with me in today's world. We need to create originality. The one with Papa's quote on Facebook now is changing the mentality of children. And you know the problem we have today. More people are spending time on social media gaining nothing, but just losing money. So I felt I should use that to bring the attention of people to the reality that, please, we need to produce products and services in a better direction. So now I'm going to move into fundraising. Now, you will see some beats over here. During the Shiloh 2022, people were selling beats. So we have a non-profit organization that is also owned by Professor Chinoye. It's a non-profit organization called Royal Image Foundation outside of the school system. We help little children. So she said, how do we raise funds? And I said, oh, that's a class I'm going to be teaching in my class. And I will be using Facebook to teach you how to raise funds for both non-profit organization and for profit. Say, for example, you have an idea, you have a product, but you've not raised funds for the product. How do you raise funds for the product? There are ways, creative ways to raise funds for products. So the first thing I want to show you here is that you have to create a page. In today's world, using social media, you have to create a page. And when you open your phone, it will come up like this. You will see your phone and you have Facebook, you have WhatsApp. All of these are applications. But what most of us are using it for, we are not using it to help our creativity. Today, I will show you how to do that. Now, this Facebook thing, we're going to go to Facebook, and I will open the next slide, and it will open my Facebook. And you can see it's, the person here is Commandant of US Coast Guard, whatever. He's a friend of mine. We went to creative school together, this guy. So, my Facebook is open now. But for you to create a page, so remember I said I created a page before the World Cup to document everything. You have to create a page because remember, if you are raising funds, don't limit yourself to the idea that it's only people around you that can help you with finance. You have to open your knowledge. You have to open the possibility of raising funds to the global space. That's the reason why you have the internet. So once you open your Facebook page, please go to your, you will see your profile picture on the right over here. You will click on it, and when you click on it, it will give you this page. You will now see, it will say pages, reels, memories. See, memories. What did I tell you about using your Facebook page to help those who will have dementia later? Yes, it's a reality. So now, when you click on pages, it will take you to the create page. You see, I have a lot of pages. See, Kampala patterns for you. I did that because of you, because you were talking about originality. Kampala patterns. Is everybody doing Kampala patterns? But I will bring something I created with beads, not using Photoshop. I will bring it to class. Kampala patterns, Alaga, somebody, Ileke. Algorithm Aboyade, I was telling you about. Look at this, one of the page. But to create a page, go to create. When you go to create, it will open this page up for you. And this is where your journey of creativity starts. It will say create a page. You will get started. Once you get started, your journey has started. And then you get here. So what's the name of your page? This is where you have to put on this class. This is where this class must come in terms of your creative thinking, creative intelligence, creative writing, and what we call creative spirituality. You must exhibit that right from this very first command. This is a command. Let me just share this with you now. The algorithm I use for this is what you're seeing here. Page name is an algorithm command. Do you understand that? Yes, that's what it is. So now, for you to give this page a name, you must give it a name that is not ambiguous. You must give it a name that, regardless of if you are using Instagram, whatever platform, it doesn't matter. It applies to all. I'm just using this for example. Now, when you want to name something, it's like you are branding that thing. If you want to brand the thing, you must give it a name that is easily remembered, that does not confuse people as to what the product of that name is. You can't say Jobijibujibu and then people will be like, what's that? You must give it a name that reflects what the product is, what the product does, and what the product stands for in terms of value. And you can see the other one I showed you, Ileke. I will show you how Ileke works. Ileke is beads. Ileke is Yoruba. In English, it is called beads. That is why I brought the beads to class, and you will see how we use that. So now, here, I titled my own Ileke. Because I know anywhere in the world, once you hear Ileke, and you are from Africa, definitely you know it is tied to, you can choose English, and you name it beads. But I wanted to retain originality as to spirituality of it. Remember now, there is no language that is not connected to beads, regardless of the religion. In Islam, we use it to pray. In India, they use it. In Yoruba, they use it. In Christianity, we wear it. Even in the traditional people can't even do without this. In all space of planet Earth, yes. And you have to remember where beads came from. Beads are in space intelligence where we actually exist. It's Earth. How can you make what you stand on every day your enemy? It's impossible. in spirituality, in creative spirituality, is a product that will easily attract the mind of people. But you can also use this idea when you are creating products and services to use something that will easily get people's attention to you to get the results that you want. So when I use beats, I named it Ileke. And what I also did was to now say, okay, we move to the next page. The next page after you name it is it will tell you to select the category. We know Ileke will fall under artistic expression, right? So it cannot go under music. It cannot go under health and beauty. It can actually go there. So you have to select the category. Now, remember this, and I've said it in the first class. When you are creating a page, make sure all the digital information as to identity is yours, not somebody else. Your phone number, your emails, because you will be making what we call monetary transactions. You have to remember that. And make sure that you yourself, you have an identity online that doesn't have questionable characters attached to it. You have to have that. Now, when you now move from that, our page has started. This is my page. You can see I use beats. Can you see what I did? I use beats, I display beats, and I put myself there. That is me. This Kampala I designed with beats too. I'm wearing beats. It's my identity. Nobody else can come and say, this is me. If you are building an application, if you are creating a product, if you are an engineering student, but even if you are making a car, you will still have to. Why does Mercedes-Benz have their logo there? Why does Volkswagen have their logo there? Why does Toyota have their logo there? It's because of what? It's not just branding. It's because of identity. Identity is very, very powerful because it carries language. And language is the most powerful what? I said it in this class. Language is the most powerful thing in creation. After image. If you remember during the Tower of Babel, they came down to destroy the language, not the gods, not the idols, not the spirit, not the technology or the science of the people in the Bible. They came down to destroy language. So language is a network. Language is also one of the most powerful things in creation. So language is when you name something, that's a language. It's a network. So you have to give it a name. You can see the name that. Now, we've created the page. I've created the. How do I now use this page to raise funds? You have to come up with a story. Who am I? What's the beat for? Stories. The story of a particular thing will help you attract credibility, finance for that thing, because it is in that thing people will see what we call value. So in this case now, I move to the next page, which is after creating it. Look at what's happening on Facebook. My friend, please take note of this. My friend in glasses. Can you see what's here? Let's read this. How healthy is your page? I want you to pay attention to this very, very well. What does that tell you? That's the Facebook is already associating your health with what? Your page. You know why they're doing that? Because anything you create on your page is coming out of where? Your mind. And that is why I told you in this class that creativity and design is to help you design your mind to be able to create in a better direction. Design your mind, your consciousness, and your being. Now, look at the page now. This is good, and it's moving toward excellence. Some other pages I have excellence. The Yoruba, all those ones, Nigerian wedding things, I already need excellence there. And if your page is excellent, that means your mind is healthy. That's the common proof there. Remember, Facebook is an intelligent platform. If you don't know that, this is the definition of Facebook. Facebook, or all social media platforms, including YouTube, are intelligent platforms that allow you to create, to communicate, and to what? And to socialize. That's the definition of all social media platforms. So please write that down. And you have to remember, your health is connected to to your activities on social media. So in this particular case now, you now see, I am there. This is what is coming out of there. Now let's move to the story on how to now raise funds. So now when you get here, look at the story for the beats. And I will read. Happy Beats Day what? I already know, using time, history. Say, nobody has celebrated Beats Day. Let me use this opportunity to first click and connect using language with the global economy. Celebrate Beats Day. Somebody will now come now. My sister, originality and intellectual property. Somebody in America or China will now come. Oh, we're the first to celebrate Happy Beats Day. They are looking for the first too. They know the reason why they are looking for that, because they know it carries command. That is the truth. First to do it will always be first. So Happy Beats Day, Happy Aboyade Day is not something any other intelligence have done. And let me just tell you this now. If you don't understand what's going on in the social media space, anything you do, if you are the first to do it, it shows that spiritually, the celestial dimension you exist, you are the only one there. And that's a great thing. There shall be no intelligence to say that is false. That's a command. Now, look at the story for this one now. I said, Happy Beats Day what? Beats are for nature, and its network of connectivity with everything is creation itself. Because beat is from the earth in which we live on. Nothing can hold beat as enemy, because every language is connected to it. That is a global truth. You must use global truth to achieve global command. You must use global truth to achieve global command. Let me tell you this. The story of Jesus is filled with algorithmic command that even those in the programming world are still using today. So now I said, okay, beats hold our history and memory, and we should be happy to celebrate it today and forever. Happy Beats Day World by Oluwole Aboyade, Creativity and Design Space Class. Gift of charity product. Now listen, I've created what? A story. If you hear the story, won't you think twice as to, will that not wake your consciousness up as to what beats really are? Regardless of the language, the space, even if they translate it to any language, will it not, you know, we have translation of Facebook. Will this not make sense? You have to remember now, even while you are doing this, there are some people working for Facebook, legally or legal or illegally, who will still steal the idea. Don't worry about that. That one will take care of itself. That is why I've created algorithm Aboyade. It shall be applied. No hindrance. Now, when you now look at this, you keep creating. Don't let that one distract you. When you create this, you will now see, I said, gift for charity product. And I said, B for beats. Using a global truth. B for beats, B for beauty. Is B not for beauty? Is B not for beat? Can you say that is a lie? Is there a language that will say that is a lie? That is intelligence. Now, B for being healthy, wealthy. Even the worst, even the devil wants to be healthy. The devil wants to achieve healthy, wealthy. Yes. So I am raising funds to fight against schizophrenia illness. Please donate to this account, and I put my account number, and I put my phone number and everything. Now, this is online. The product is there, and you can see with the product here. You can see the products there. Now, this particular product, if you see it online and you read that story, will it not draw your attention? Even if you don't have money, it doesn't matter. I'm not saying I'm not selling it. I'm saying demand for the product and donate. If you don't have, you don't have to donate. So there's no force there. But listen to me. If you have one mind that says, oh, I like this idea, I like this story, I want to connect with this kind of mind and spirit, it's healthy, like you see Facebook, score it. Somebody in time and space, in this world, must like what you've done. And if that person now send you money to that your account, they are sending it not because of this. They are sending it to you because of the creativity and the originality of your design. Can you see you are raising funds now? Is there any police that will come after you for this? No! This is not Yahoo Yahoo. This is not crime. This is your property. This is your identity. This is your spirituality. This is you. And that's why in the story, I said there shall be nobody, and there's nobody that can hold a bead as an enemy unless you don't want to stay on this thing again. No religion will deny that. That is why I taught the graduate students, creativity commands community. And in the other class, we already proved that money is a slave of creativity. I will prove that again in this class. Money is a slave of creativity. In the beginning of creation, in every book you shall read for eternity, there shall be nothing written about the idea of money as it relates to creation. That is a command that must stand for eternity. Money is a slave of creativity. Now, I want us to practicalize this now. If I go to a particular place and you've seen this online, and let's say our sister back there is the CEO of Coca-Cola, and they've invited my non-profit organization, they've given us, maybe we'll write a letter that we want to come and raise funds in your space, and you say, okay, come. And we get there, and we didn't bring anything at all. We just get there, and I'm raising funds for so. How will I look? But if I get there and I display products, and I said, or maybe bring the children and I'm teaching children how to make these beads. Tomorrow, they will be making more beads like this. Children, primary and secondary school students, just to make their mind see how to create value, to help their parents generate funds to take care of their daily responsibility. Now, this particular product, I display it like this. In any environment, it is not considered to be something that is bad. You will agree with me. Now, if you now come and I say, no, it's not for sale. The children were teaching to create this, we're teaching them to see value in their creativity. So whatever you take care, you have money, you don't have money, doesn't matter. Take it and donate whatever you can. Can you see that story? Can you see that creative spirituality? What does that tell you? It tells you that one, you are not looking at selling the creativity of the children. You are looking for a mind that will do what? Value the creativity of the children. And let me just tell you this. There will be somebody, see, some of these beads is 100 naira. If you buy the beads and you put it together, 100 naira. During Shiloh, they were selling it for 300. Some people 150. But if you change the story to what I've said now, what do you think will happen? Somebody will walk there when they see the children making the beads and will display it at Shiloh. Somebody will walk there, including all of this stuff here. See Facebook, I'm wearing Facebook. This is what Papa said during Shiloh. It's now something, I displayed this in my house. And children were asking me, oh, that's Facebook. I said, yes. So we can wear our Facebook. I said, yes, because it's your property. You are changing the mentality, their behavior. People who sat here before people came, waiting for their own class to be open, they were already telling me, collecting my number for this. Originality. It's simple, and that's the idea of creativity. You have to make it simple and acceptable. Those two. So now, when you now display this, if somebody now come and look at the story we are trying, regardless, even if you are in India, it's still the same thing. Even if you are in China, it's still the same thing. The story of those children making the beads, the fact that you are teaching the children to make the beads, we add value to your course. We add value to your project. And if you get one person to just take one and now say, this one I like, I want to wear it. Like, look at this one, I displayed wearing your faith. This one, I'm wearing my faith. I have a campaign called Wear Your Faith. I'm a Christian. My name is even Christopher by birth. I have the right to Christhood. I'm wearing my faith. That is what Papa is saying. We need a deliverer. We don't need a leader. Leaders have led you to poverty. Leaders have led you to corruption. Jesus is the only deliverer. In the Bible, remember, when you are hungry, Jesus will feed you. He delivers you. You are sick, He will deliver you. That is a celestial command. And let me just say this in this class in front of this camera here. This command will determine our 2023 election in Nigeria. This is an algorithm command I'm giving you now. You will see the result. When the result comes, I will revive this class again. And you will understand. Remember what Papa said? We don't need a leader. We need a deliverer. A deliverer is somebody that can create products and services to help us kill poverty, to help us kill corruption, to help us kill what? Wasted minds. A lot of people have woken up this morning, use their money to buy data, to watch TikTok video, but they've not used the same money to put food in their stomach. That's our reality today. There's no pastor, there's no imam, there's no religion, there's no place you go in the world, they will not accept that global truth. So we're doing less of creation, we're doing more of consuming. That is why, that's what my brother was saying. That's the reason why he asked that question again. How can we create from this class? I believe that's what you were trying to achieve that day. But that's the purpose. And now you see the way I've showed you. If I go to anywhere and I display this, it is impossible I will come up with something. Somebody will donate something. Because they see the value. Remember, you also have all kind of design there. But there's something called things of desire. Things of desire are clothes, whatever, regardless of the design. There are things of desire. Gold, diamonds, they are things of desire. But there are also things of value. Things of values carry what? Write this down. A diamond, listen, there shall be no intelligence to dispute this reality. A diamond is a thing of desire. Yes, a diamond, as costly as it is a thing of desire. But you see, these little things, because of the story that we're giving it, is a thing of what? Value, a product of value. Because of this story, you can do it for a diamond too. Not until you attach a story to the diamond, it will not become a product of value. It will remain a product of desire. Yes, no intelligence can dispute that. No intelligence can dispute that. So the product of values are things you should be creating either as services or products. So that when you create those services and products, it will enable you to keep identity, which will help you protect your originality and your intellectual property, to keep your language and also your spirituality. Even if you are a Muslim, you can do that. If you are a traditionalist, you can do it. The same process applies. So now, what I want also to do is that we have to see that in our world, regardless of what we know before, I think we should open our mind to new possibility. Because of this social media space, there's a lot of untapped resources. There's a lot of things we can do. If you know the amount of application that can help us medically, spiritually and physically, that is sitting on the digital space, including the social media space and the internet, that people are not tapping into, you will be amazed. It's a reality. And remember this, once you start talking about something, you started creating. Once you start talking about something, creation starts at the top of it. So we've ended the class for today, and we'll move into the practical, and the practical will be an interactive section, questions, and you can also try to apply this thought pattern to maybe whatever you're trying to do, and then we'll see how we can move forward. And as usual, you were the last person I was writing the other day, so maybe we want to pick up there, but we'll pick up from his own, because he was talking about electricity and his experience before they came in that day to obstruct. So we're going to pick up from there. Thank you very much.